Okie dokie. Revenge. No encounters, please.
Truly
I'm afraid your little journey is ending here and now.
Au contraire. Incredible. Okay, she does it really early. Around the second
welcome
turn.
back. Good luck.
Her activating her force gauge.
Truly regret.
I'm afraid your little journey is ending here and now.
Forgot to activate. Yikes. Hiss. Okay, it seems to consistently happen on turn 7.
Oh, welcome back. Good luck.
Truly.
I'm afraid your little journey is ending here and now.
Woo! She didn't even blow herself up that time. It's all about proper sequencing. How the fuck did you guys show up? How the fuck did Artlin show up in Nexus if we fucking kill her here? I didn't think you'd become so strong. The problem is you guys never fucking recruit. Why does everyone keep why does everyone that isn't us insist on fucking having a party of less than 5? It's what the Adventurers Guild always fucking tells you at the start. Name a single NPC party group in Etrian Odyssey that doesn't consist of 5 party members.
You have won, yyyy. We cannot stop you. If you want to move on, then so you shall. However, I have one favor to ask. If you move onward, you will inevitably encounter the Ice Princess. You will have to fight her, but it was the ruler of the skies who put her in that state. For her sake, I want you to find the floating castle that even we couldn't reach. When you meet that overlord, kill him in memory of all of his explorer victims.
Farewell.
Didn't have to be this way, but okay. Would be embarrassing to die to a normal mook and have to do that all over again.
Oh, of course. I'll take those. We had some new things come in. Ah, could I help you with anything else? Here you go.
My gun now.
Here you go. I'll take good care of them. Oh. Thank you for your business.
Oh wait, hold on, I forgot to buy my Ariadne
Oh.
thread.
Come in. Here you go. Thank you for your business.
Did I ever actually talk to everyone?
Welcome. Oh, okay. Good night then. The guest book is here.
Now hold on.
Good luck.
Thanks for coming. Doing this then? How do I handle this?
What?
Anything else you need? See you guys.
Hey, you guys! Talk as much as you want. What'll it be? All right. Which one you thinking?
What is it? Oh, right, yes.
Welp, I'm counting on you.
Ah, it's you. Oh, it's you. Am I clear? Don't take unnecessary risks. Was there something else? Be careful.
How may I assist you all? Also... I look forward to your safe return. I'm counting on your success.
With Hit Taker, I think it's technically possible for me to try going for Rayma's front row charge ability. Jesus Christ. Don't die too soon now. Actually, I don't think it'll be that bad if Umag doesn't get any XP. But she does. It's actually veiled, it's way far ahead. Why does our healing kinda suck, by the way? It's technically enough, but like, man, not even full health. Well, that's why Mara's also there, I suppose. Now I can explore in relative peace. There's still gonna be random encounters.
Oh, of course. I'll take those. I'll take good care of them. Ah, could I help you with anything else? What were you interested in? Here you go. Thank you for your business. Welcome. The guest book is here. Good luck.
Ah, it's you. Who's on duty? Done. Be careful.
So we can solve this stupid sliding puzzle without any disturbances. Hmm. I supposed to access these diagonals? Also, 100 steps runs out fast. That's dumb. I have no idea how you're supposed to get there. %100% positive the boss is beyond that door.
Ah, it's you. What will you do? Done. Was there something else? Be careful.
Thanks for coming. That turned out pretty nice. You want to equip? You got a deal. You got a deal. Is this good? You got a deal. Is this good? You got a deal. Is this good? You got a deal. You got a deal. Grimoires, right? See you guys.
Welcome. Good night, then. The guest book is here. Good luck.
There she is. Ugh. Kinda looks like an owl around. Is it possible to smash some ice on her way? No. Just go for it, right? Or maybe I was supposed to take care of the tentacles first. Shayla. Jesus Christ, what? What's that? Just gonna assume you're weak to fire. That's a lot. She's certainly tougher.
When I'm playing Tetris really well, it's all mental, so you don't really have any fear going for the tricks. You either hit them or you die.
And the game's throwing him long bars that he can't use. And there is a long bar over.
This is Eyeball, who has the all-time high score record for Tetris in Canada. So I followed him to Montreal to film a documentary of his journey to win the national championship. But this year, the organizer had made a decision that would change everything.
So, for the first time, I invite American outsiders.
The stop has been on quite a rise. I've never beaten him before. I'm gonna keep it straight. I think I'm probably gonna win.
Oh no!
So how did Eyeball find himself in the position of carrying Canada in their own championship?
How did you originally start playing these Tetris? What's your background? Okay, so this is a really fun story.
What makes Eyeball unique is that Tetris actually isn't the first retro game he mastered.
In around 2018, I got summoning salt videos in my recommended. One of the first ones I saw was the Super Mario Bros. World Record Progression one.
Modern Super Mario Bros. Speedrunning is just as brutally difficult as competitive Tetris. In both scenes, players have taken a game from the 80s and pushed it far beyond what anyone expected. Survival depends on frame-perfect tricks, and players will put thousands of attempts into a single perfect run.
For those of you who know a little bit about Mario speedrunning, a time under 5 minutes for the longest time was found to be like almost impossible. Only a few players did it. And then a time of 4:55 was seen as, oh, nobody's ever doing this in their life. And right around when I got into retro games was when the first 4:55 happened.
I cannot believe it. How?
And Eyeball was inspired.
I started watching a lot of Cosmic right after he got 4:55, and then I actually got into Taven Webb. He had the world record for a bit, and then after that, I was like, let's play Super Mario Bros.
Just a few years later, Eyeball would get a 4:55 time of his own.
Oh, nice.
Did it, dude!
This was good enough to be ranked 17th in the world.
Just to think, back then, I started watching the world record was 4:55.913, and then I have a better time than that now. It's pretty insane. And then when I was in the Mario community, there were actually players that also were into Tetris as well. One of them was Kriller37, and Kriller is kind of a Super Mario Bros. Savant. He's made the strategies for pretty much all the tricks we use nowadays. Kriller was just like, hey, Tetris is really cool, you should give it a try. And then, yeah, I'm better than him now.
And the thing is, the Canadian Tetris scene had been waiting a very long time for someone like Eyeball to come along.
And
They already spent
preemptive,
nearly a
let's fucking
decade
go.
searching for a champion who could represent them at the annual Classic Tetris World Championship, which had always been dominated by Americans, as you can see in the top 4 from each year on the tournament's Wikipedia page. The first Canadian player to give it a shot was Louis Scuey in 2012, but unfortunately, he didn't make it past the first round in both years he competed.
Oh no! Louis Scuey has been eliminated and Schoolmaster moved on.
In 2019, though, a Canadian Tetris superfan named Darth Dredz, who had been putting together local events in Manitoba for years, took the initiative to host the first ever national championship, and it uncovered the country's first real contender named Ella.
My first Tetris event ever was the first CWC Canada. It was in Thunder Bay, and we drove 7 hours out for me to play in it.
She was really good in the early days of the Canadian tournaments. Like, a little bit before my time was when Ella really peaked.
Congratulations on the first ever CTWC Canada winner.
After winning the first national championship, Ella was immediately hailed as a prodigy, and throughout her teenage years, she juggled being an elite classical pianist and composer, along with being Canada's best hope on the Tetris World stage. She was never quite able to pull off a deep run, though, peaking with a 37th place finish at the 2022 World Championships.
Ella might be in trouble.
Long bar needs a long bar, and that's the offside. Toogie is going to advance, eliminating Ella.
But if she couldn't become Canada's champion, maybe she could help find the next one. After that first 2019 national championship that introduced her to the scene, Darth Dredz unfortunately had to do the event online in 2020 due to the pandemic, and ended up retiring from hosting further events after that. So Ella decided to put on her own tournament at her college, the University of Western Ontario, and co-hosted it with a fellow student that also happened to be the nation's newest rising Tetris star.
So I'm Wallband. I'm a Canadian player. Most events are in the US, so I'm glad that we were able to host that.
Before Tetris, Wallband was one of the top Canadian speed cubers. In 2016, he broke the Canadian record and was the 2017 national champion for the pyramids. But then in 2021, he came across Tetris videos on YouTube.
The rolling video that got a few million views, that was just like so interesting. I was just like, how is there a technique that's like faster yet easier? It just convinced me to start playing after I watched it.
Just 2 years later, Wallband was an elite Tetris player as well and surpassed Ella by finishing 20th at the 2023 World Championships.
Wallband is going to take the round, no sweep.
And in the tournament he co-hosted with Ella, he dominated all the way to the finish line.
Wallband destroyed me at the tournament I ran. You just won CT World Regional Tournament. How do you feel?
Yeah, so a lot of emotions right now as an organizer as well.
Don't talk into the mic, talk into the camera, please.
So, had Canada finally found its champion? Well, of course, there was one important player missing from this tournament. Where was Eyeball? His speedrunning background had actually perfectly prepared him for a transition to Tetris.
When I got into Tetris, I already had an NES from playing Super Mario Bros. I already had a good controller, all that stuff. And just playing video games before I knew I could get the mashing technique down. And this is when rolling was just starting to become a thing, so I learned rolling.
That was a filthy bar spin, bro. Holy cow.
Once Eyeball got the hang of rolling, he shattered the Canadian record on the worldwide high score leaderboard. He quickly leapfrogged both Ella at 85th and Wallband at 42nd with a personal best that, just like in Super Mario Bros., was good enough to rank 17th in the world. So why didn't he compete here? Well, the answer is fairly simple. Eyeball lived over 4,000 kilometers away in British Columbia, and it was simply too big of a trip for a casual event. But as it so happened, there was another Canadian who would be the final puzzle piece, bringing Eyeball into the fold.
So I'm Marks. I'm the Tetris Canada owner and organizer.
And what made Martz a little bit different from everyone else is that he wasn't a former speedrunner or speedcuber or classically trained pianist. He was a father from Quebec who started playing Tetris with his son Remy at the start of the pandemic.
Come on, come on.
And although Martz wasn't even the strongest Tetris player in his own household, he quickly gained a reputation as the most passionate player in the country. He loved playing so much he started entering every online tournament he possibly could, and eventually reached over 2,000 lifetime matches played, by far the most of anyone in the history of the worldwide scene. To put into perspective how crazy this is, he has played in nearly 4% of all official classic Tetris matches ever. But Martz had a bigger dream than just competing. He wanted Canada to have a real live national championship of its own again, like Darth Dreads had hosted back in 2019. And when Darth told the Tetris Canada Discord server in 2021 that he was canceling the event because it still couldn't be in person, Martz jumped in and offered to save the event, saying, "I can't let this event die."
Just want to give back to the community what I received. So, the community opened their arms, said, "Hey, come on, Mars, come in, and I want to give back to the community."
So Martz took over the role as Canada's head organizer, and for the next 3 years he continued to host the championship online, as he didn't yet have the resources to put on an in-person tournament. But since Eyeball didn't have to travel, he was able to sign up in 2023.
So CTWC Canada 2023, I remember this is one of my favorite matches I've ever played. I was playing against Billy Mack. He's a Canadian player, and he had his 2 daughters behind him cheering him on, and I was just like, man, I really have to play against this right now. It was so awesome. In the final, I played against Wallband. It was a best of 7. I thought it was a best of 5. So I started celebrating after I won game 3. I brought some maple syrup. I started chugging it.
Fortunately, Eyeball avoided an early celebration curse by securing the win in the next game.
So Eyeball is the new Canadian champion! Oh my god!
So Eyeball looks like Canada's best chance yet to carry them to new heights at the World Championship. And Eyeball felt confident that he could be the first in his country to make it to the top 8, or maybe even further. But when the date was finally announced in 2024, Eyeball realized he couldn't go.
I actually missed CTWC 2024 because I was at a track meet, which a lot of Tetris people were like, really? You know, it was a very tough decision because I love playing Tetris. But I actually don't regret the decision that much because I ended up walking away with a gold medal. I won the 4x4 relay, went to the final, so that was really awesome.
And even though Eyeball's hope for a deep Tetris World Championship run had slipped away, another stage was being built for him in the background. Martz triumphantly announced on the Canadian Tetris Discord server that after 5 long years, his dream of the National Championship being a live event again was finally coming true. Made possible by collaborating with co-organizer K9.
K9 just communicate with me and say, I want to support you and help you. So I said, hey, why not? Let's do this.
And Martz and K9 went all out. They spent months gathering equipment and securing a venue in the basement of a bar in downtown Montreal.
K9 just provide all the good equipment, so lights, stands, all the PVM. So yeah, I don't have money to buy this.
For context, Tetris tournaments are played on old CRT televisions because it avoids the tiny signal delay on those modern flat screens. And the gold standard for brightness and picture quality on CRTs is a PVM, or professional video monitor, used in TV broadcasting setups. They haven't been manufactured in decades and are not easy to get your hands on, so hosting an entire tournament with them is a huge flex. All of Martz and K9's effort was rewarded, as players had traveled from all over the country to participate. The Canadian All-Stars, Walvant and Ella, were there. Even the first ever Canadian player, Louis Scuey, was making an appearance. And the reigning Canadian champion Eyeball had flown out from British Columbia.
Eyeball, I'm very, very proud to have you because it's so far from here.
Martz and K9 have done an awesome job. The setup you have down here is actually incredible. I think it was Walband who told me, yeah, man, they have like 6 PVMs, and I was like,
Eat my shorts. Yeah, Petal Bridge, I know this place. Woo!
Well, okay. Let me know if you need it. The guest book is here.